Hey everybody, Gail Craft here from the Empowering Process podcast. I would love to welcome our guest today, Alison Davis. Alison is a passionate advocate for holistic health, quantum biology, and regenerative farming. And she's going to join us and talk about health crises that gone through and the transformation that happened because of that. So who knows where this conversation will go? It's always fun. It's always a surprise. Come join me and welcome Alison. So hello there, Alison. How are you?
I'm great. Good to see you.
It's so good to be here. So, I introduced you a little bit about the quantum work you do, but mostly about the fact that you went through transformational change to get to where you're at right now. Right.
Yeah,
And
so
so
excited.
let's talk a little bit about that because what's really interesting to me is that so many people are afraid of the tough stuff, and it's the tough stuff that makes a huge difference in who we can possibly become, right?
Yeah.
So, what was it? What is it that you're willing to share? You don't have to tell the whole story, just the story that matters to you.
Yeah, you are so right. Tough moments are the biggest teachers in our life. Even when we're in the middle of it, feels very heavy and challenging. But every time when we pass that moment and we'll look back, it's always a blessing, right? But sometimes when we go into a tough moment and we still think, oh, what is happening to me? But we had so many in the past and they all been a blessing. So this one is not going to be different. So my tough moments was 9 years ago. Before that, I was so healthy. I was from China, and from a family that didn't have much. So I've been resourceful and I'll be always outside because there's nothing inside that's exciting. So I was really, really healthy and I always thought I'm bulletproof. Like that was my whole life before having children. I really went to see the doctor. I even don't take any medication stuff because, I was just healthy. I ate well and, doing all of this right things as I was taught. But when I had my first son, it's just like everything just falling apart. Um, it's massive change. I was in denial for a long time because like I couldn't just believe what happened. What was going on with me? I was so healthy before now. I couldn't get out of bed. So that was a big wake up call. Um, just telling me something I've done before was not, I thought it was doing, right? That's the almost like a blueprint for having healthy life, eating well, doing exercise, right? But that didn't cut. After I
Oh,
gave birth to my son, my hormones running wild. My brain just went down this like a spiral of negativity. I couldn't stop it. Um, like sometimes it is in our head. I know that. But sometimes people will say to me, you just need to be a little positive. It's not that bad.
oh
But I
my
said,
God. Don't you
hello,
want to punch them in the face when they say
I
that?
do. I
Yeah.
told you before, I really want to punch them in the face because they didn't know what's going on. I couldn't control it. No one wants negativity. No one wants it because it doesn't make them feel good. But it's just that you just don't know how to get out of that trap. Um, so that was a big moment for me to go down this track to find out like what the hell is going on with me, right? So that led me to Dr. Joe Dispenza's work, Power of the Mind, and also learning to really just getting familiar to myself, what's going on inside of my brain. Why is going downward spiral all the time? Even literally one tiny little thing, my husband breathing could set me into this spiral. ended up with the question, like, what's the point of living? I was so impressed with myself how I go from that to, there's no point of living.
Was
It
part of
just,
that postpartum, or was it really physical?
yeah,
Yeah,
it
was
was
yeah,
it
it was
was draining.
postpartum. Hmm?
Yeah, it was so draining.
Mhm.
Um, it's almost like a runaway train. Like you just don't have any control. You just go down this radical negativity. Like my brain wasn't working
Yep.
pretty
So,
much.
there was a time for me when I started this journey that I'm on right now. It really began because I was so negative. I was
Mm.
toxic and I couldn't even stand myself.
Yeah, you didn't
Right.
feel good, right? Did you feel you want to be there?
Oh, I looked in the mirror one day and said, I can't stand you. I'm
Yeah,
surprised you have any friends. Right. And that's when I started searching, what do I do to change this and turn it
yeah,
around? Right.
yeah,
So
yeah,
you started working with Joe Dispenza's approach, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
I just just got so intrigued with what's going on with me. That your sense of having no control, because I in the 40 years before that, not actually nearly 40 years before that, I was always in control. And this losing control is just bugging me every single day. And I think that's one of the reasons I got into the spiral as well, because I want to be in control. So I went to do all of this powered mind. I watched so many of his YouTube videos. It's all free online. I said, "Oh my gosh, it's not." Um, yeah. So what I learned is that the mind is having its own thing, right? It's you need to actually learn to control it, learn to actually not control it, but work with it, because there's so much stuff in there. It's so many 40 years accumulation, all of these programs and thoughts and things like that make me doing what I'm doing like autopilot. That's why I felt losing control. Yeah, there's massive learning about that. And also in the same time, I was drawn to meditation. So I want to do transcendental meditation. I found a teacher close by. And then, yeah, I just want to know like everything about mind was really exciting to me. Um, so from that place, I got a little bit better. Um, starting to realize what I was doing, started realizing that I might have the control to how I live, how I think, how I even speak words. So that was very hopeful, right? But then those couple of years of fighting with everyone around me, um, like took a toll on my health and also the relationship with my family, everyone around me. It's really devastating. Um, so when my second son was born, not long after that, my husband decided to leave because it was too heavy. The house is full of arguments and negativity. It's just not good for children either, right? So, for me, that was a punch in the mouth. You know, the postnatal depression was hard, but that wasn't enough to make me want to change inside out. I got onto the path, but this marriage thing, because I was from China, from that culture of marriage is everything.
You
If
stay
you,
together. Yeah.
yeah, if you failed marriage, you failed everything. So that
Right.
was, oh my gosh, I'm no longer Mrs. Davis. That I don't know, everyone is different. That was the biggest moment. Um, I was thinking why this happens for me is, you know, it's about the journey, it's about pulling everything down and then pulling together. So for me, it's the journey of heart. I was broken. My heart was broken into a million pieces. I don't know how to tell you. But if you can think how devastating having postnatal depression that take you to the edge of life, you just don't want to live. And then you can think about this, this marriage thing. It's just, I don't even know how to describe it. So that's the,
I've gone through such pain that I thought I was having a heart attack, but I knew it was a broken heart.
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know how it felt so much because I have panic attacks 24/7. Some people say, every hour, every, couple of hours, lasting for 15, 20 minutes. I'm lasting 24/7. My heart was pumping, like literally I can feel like there's a hammer on my chest. It's like you can hear the sound. It's so heavy. And I was just saying, oh my gosh, I'm gonna explode. I'm going to explode. I went to see the doctor. Um, my heartbeat was 140 per minute at rest. So said, yeah, your heartbeat was really, really high. You need to do a check, like X-ray something. They did an X-ray and nothing, everything is normal. Like even my postnatal depression, they asked me to do all the blood work, came out, everything's normal. That made me even more intrigued. What's going on? Right? So from there, I was so determined. I want to change my life, not just for restoring my marriage. I didn't even want to think about that because it's gone. I tried everything, tried to get my marriage back. It didn't work, even make it worse. And also, I want to do it for me because I don't want to live in the life that was my heart pumping out or trying to, just stretching me out of this existence. My body is like I'm literally coming out of my body. And also for my children, right? I have to say my children was the um, only thing that kept me alive at that stage. This, marriage, having this background of that culture, not just being a wife and also being a mother. I have this undying dream of being a great mother. So that's what kept me alive, and I want to do it for them. Um, so that was really my tipping point. Um, from there, I went all in. There's nothing to hold on to anymore. Um, so meditation, listen to my heart, go into my heart. I remember one day I was touching my heart and I was talking to my heart and saying, sorry for making you so unwell in the last year, whatever years. From now on, I promise I'm going to look after you. Um, wow, I can tell you what happened, Gail. So since I learned to sit with my heart, I start seeing everything differently. Even from this broken heart, the broken marriage, before I was saying, how dare you do this to me? I gave all my life to you. I even gave you two children, right? All of this toxic thoughts gone. And all I was thinking was, oh my gosh, how horrible is it for him to live with me, experiencing all this pain? I just want him to be free from this pain. Like, no longer it's about me. I just want him to be happy. I can tell you what happened. Next day, he came back. I don't know. Even today, we just like talk about how did that happen. We don't even know. This is the power of the heart. That's the first time I had a taste of this power of the heart. When you let yourself sit in this vibration of love, like everything is possible. Like it happens the most unexpected way. I didn't want him to come back, but he came back.
We wanted him to be free. Meanwhile, you were
I
freeing
wanted him
yourself.
to be free.
Right.
Yeah. So you're right. When I'm freeing him, I'm freeing me. So since then, I said, oh, wow, oh my gosh, life is so counterintuitive. And since then, I started having this habit. Every time when I in the situation that's not loving, and I'll say, I'm going to turn it around. Every time I have something completely different. Even with my coworker, with my mother-in-laws, with my children, like I feel like it started becoming my playground. And I fall in love with this practice. I'm just going to be in my heart vibrating love, and I'll see what's going to happen. Oh my gosh. I don't know how many miracles I encountered just from doing this, open my heart, especially when the time that everything in life telling me you close your heart, go fight, because you have the right to fight. Every cell in your body need to go fight. And I would say, no, I want to try different. I want to see what love can do in the situation.
You know, I have a client that I've been working with for years who is he's become so amazingly enlightened. And he's Hawaiian.
Mm,
And in the past, if he were confronted, he would fight, stand up for himself,
yeah.
right? And he was with his nephews who are teenagers, older teenagers, and he was confronted with a guy in a parking lot who was ready to fight. And he just gave him love. And the situation ended. Done. The guy just walked away, right?
I know. I mean, yeah, this that's one of the example as an Asian driver, we have very bad reputation. I have a lot of situations when I don't park very well, and then the people just around me is like, they say bad things, and I used to fight. I mean, I didn't want to park this way. Maybe it's because there's some reasons. I used to fight a lot, but then since then, I said I'm going to actually give this person love. And I'll just say, oh, is there anything I can do to make your life easy? Oh, do you want me to back out? And they look at me as like, what the hell is happening? And they were just like, no, 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 I'm okay. I'm all right. I'm all right. And it just make you feel so powerful. Those moments, some people think, like, why you need to fight? Why do you need love? But what they don't know is when you're in love, you are so much more powerful. You become an alchemist. You can change everything at
That's
your fingertip.
power versus
Mm,
force,
yeah.
right?
It's David Hawkins' book, isn't it?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
It is exactly David Hawkins' book, right?
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I think we are, programmed to listen to the ego. Um, but sometimes the ego is really trying to tell us you have so much power, but the power is with me now. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you want to have the power, you have to work with me. So it's just absolutely mind blowing.
I love it. I love it. And so now um you have plants, right?
I have plans.
Right? So talk about the plants and what you do now.
Oh, yeah. So from that's part of my journey. I'm I'm very very skeptical and also curious. So I've done all of this work, but halfway through, there's only last year I started feeling the power every single day. Previously, it's really, sometimes, because I was still in that, programming of thinking negatively. You not just one night, overnight change. So you
No, it
actually
takes a process. Yeah. Yeah.
takes the
Yeah.
process, right?
Mhm.
You have a little taste of what the power you have, and then the more you practice, the more you experience. So I just got into this fantasy of discovering what's possible. I'm so excited. So I want to learn. And I dove into the cellular health. I want to know how the brain cells and heart cell work to make me more powerful. From there, I went down even smaller to see what make up those little cells, right? That's the last year, I think year ago, I started learning quantum physics. So look at the atom, because everything in the universe is made up of atoms, right?
It's made of the
So
same base.
same
Everything.
base,
Everything.
atom.
Mhm.
Yeah, everything. Even, like the trees and the sand and bird, they look so radically different, but they're made up all the same structure, but just different atoms. That make me even more fascinating. So, and it's like, oh my gosh, what does that say to me? Um, so that's when I really understand how life works, how my body works in this quantum field. What power do we have? To be honest, I have to say, even now, I don't know what's possible because every day I'm learning, I'm breaking limits. So I don't know. That's what makes me so excited. I want to just find out what's possible. I want to practice more and more, see what else can occur. There's so many miracles. Um, so I left my job because this is just too much fun. So I left my corporate job in banking last year in September, and I started teaching all of the things. I just want to share this journey I had with the world. And also, I think it's for me as well, because this journey really helping me to become who I am. Um, Teaching sometimes, I don't know how you see it, but teaching is really um, what I want. A teacher is really learning what they need to learn. That's how I see it. The more I teaching, the more I learn.
Right, right.
Yeah.
I also I agree. I learned by teaching, and I have never really taught the conventional way
Yeah.
because I believe that knowledge comes from within.
Hmm.
So my job is to wake you up,
Yeah.
not to put information in, because the
Yeah.
way I look at things is not going to be the same way as you, and
Totally.
it doesn't make me right and you wrong,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to wake you up,
Mm.
right?
That's so beautiful because everyone's unique in their own way,
Right.
right? The the journey, the path I've been on is so different from everyone else. Everyone has a gift, but
Mhm.
nobody knows until you get into who you are and you discover that gift, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I have a spiritualist medium friend of mine who I turn to every once in a while, and I watch when he's on a podcast because I love
Mm.
what he has to say. It's always profound. And he talks about the game of life and
Yeah.
how we created this experience. We literally
Mm.
said, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, I'm going to do this, and chose to walk this path.
Yeah.
Now, when our soul got here, we may have said, what are we thinking? But we did. So, right. And the reason that we have chosen to go through the difficulties is twofold. One is the more that we experience, the more the universe expands.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
because we're putting out energy, right? We're
Yeah.
expanding the energy, right?
Mm.
And part of the journey is for us to wake up,
Yeah.
right?
Totally.
So
Totally.
it's kind of twofold. Um,
Yeah.
and in the waking, it's everybody is different there too. Everyone has different gifts that they tap into,
Mm. Mm.
right? As they wake up. He was talking about how we're in the fourth dimension energy and everything he was talking about. I'm like, yep, 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 yep. Right. I'm experiencing that, right. And about how the fifth dimension, we're about ready to transcend into that.
Yeah.
And So those of you who don't know, I have had a spiritual dragon in my life for 10 years now, maybe
Wow.
11 years. And
Is that your spiritual side?
the dragon came to me in when I was in the desert,
Yeah.
and we went for a ride, and he's been with me ever since.
Oh, wow.
But there's a bunch of them around now.
Mm,
Like they're all around me,
mm.
right? And there, and I actually saw mine the other day burning stuff. Like imagine a bar coming toward you and it was burning it before it got anywhere near me. And I pulled a dragon card, and the dragon card I pulled was the deep blue dragon, which kind of looked
Wow.
like mine. And the deep
Yeah.
blue dragon's job is protection and burns all the negative energy a kilometer around you, up and down and all around.
Mm, mm,
And so you can't make this stuff up,
mm.
right? 2 days after I experienced it, I pulled the card that tells me what was going on.
Yeah. So everything in your life is reflection of you, right?
Right.
So whatever that happens to you is just like a mirror. Um, I love this quote. It says, everything you see in me is a reflection. Oh, what does it say? The
Everything I
beauty
see in
you
you is
see
a
in me is
reflection
a
of me.
reflection of you, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah, so that is beautiful. So when you see beautiful things in others, it's just a reflection of you. And also, the flip is also true. If you see ugliness or something you don't like in your life, that's a reflection of you as well. Because
Right.
everything is just a reflection.
Because we created it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
So
So by us. Yes.
yeah. So isn't that beautiful? Like life is trying to teach you to see what's inside of you by, just creating all of these people and things to actually show you right in your face.
Right.
Yeah. So instead of like blaming the things that happening unfair, all we need to do is go inside of us. Okay, what is the part in me that mirroring that?
Yeah.
And then that's
I
empowering, right?
I was listening to Kyle Cease. Now Kyle is another person that I will listen to his podcasts, right?
Yeah.
And in this podcast, I actually created a meditation because of it. He said, I love you even though you throw anger spears at me. I allow you to throw anger spears at me.
Mm,
I love
mm,
you and still allow you to hate me.
mm,
I love you and I still allow. And so he went on about allowing. And what
mm.
that's doing is it separates the need to think that you can fix or change anybody,
Yeah. Mm,
and you
yeah.
allow them their journey,
Mm,
right?
absolutely.
It's their
Yeah.
journey.
Yeah.
It becomes your reflection when you start to get involved in their journey,
Yes. Yeah.
right?
So when someone said something really bad to you, there's nothing to do with you, right?
Right.
Because
It's
that's
their
how they
reflection.
react. Yeah, reflection of them.
Right.
But when you react to what they say, it's everything to do with you because it becomes your reflection, right?
Right. Right.
Yeah.
And I have said for years, your energy, your issues are not mine to take
No.
on.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
can witness, I can bear witness, but they're not mine. But that little mantra, if you will, really was
Mm.
a aha moment for me. It was like, I love it's
Oh,
so beautiful, so
yeah.
simple, right?
Yeah.
Right.
That's so beautiful. Like everyone resonates with things so differently, right? Um, the things that resonate with me might mean nothing to you, but so
Right.
deeply like entwined and entangled inside of me, like I can't unsee it from then
Right.
because it's so powerful. Um, Yeah, since I started seeing all of this, the what life truly is, you see from the atom. The atom, we don't have a picture. I should actually create a picture because I talk about this a lot. It's the atom. You have a little nucleus in the middle, right? And you
Yep.
have massive energy surrounded, and then you have the electrons in that invisible energy. So you're not just the physical part, that nuclear you can see, because that's only part of you. And the other
Right.
part is invisible, all the energy that surrounds you, that's also part of you. And that energy basically is reflecting whatever your life is to you. And so the quantum physics really explain how life works. I absolutely love it. Just from looking at the structure of the atom. That's when I really understood Dr. Jack Kruse's work. He teaches the laws of nature.
Right.
I've been doing his teachings, implementing his teachings from, probably in the last 8 years as well, just in touch with nature. So why is that? Because that electron in that energy field only interacted with photons. Photon is a fancy name for light. So basically, we are beings of light through and through. So that ignite who we actually are. If you don't have that light to interact electron, there's nothing, there's no universe. So the light is
Yeah.
the beginning of everything.
Carl
So
Sagan used to call us stardust.
yeah, we are.
Right.
Our sun is the star of our solar system, and so that's where life really starts. Light, and then we have water. Water absorbs the sunlight and change to something, so we can emit light. That nucleus. Not sure you heard of that, the strong force and weak force. So inside the inside the nucleus is all positive protons.
Right.
So they repel each other. So, but they don't. They stuck together. So that's called the strong force. And we have that in ourselves as well. We are so powerful. We have a nuclear power inside of us. And then, once the light and water become coherent to make things all the magical work that our body can do, and we give out this weak force called biophotons. Isn't that we light in and light out? This is just making me speechless when I learn this. Like
So
we are beings of light.
our pineal gland, okay, gets
Mm,
activated through our eyes.
third eye.
No, well, the pineal gland is our third eye. It gets
Yeah,
activated through
yeah,
our eyes because
yeah,
the light comes in and activates it.
yeah,
And it gets activated by the night because the melatonin gets created
yeah.
when
So
it gets
absent of
dark.
light.
Right,
Yeah,
right. So
yeah,
the absence of light, right?
yeah.
So our body, our circadian rhythm
Mm-hmm.
is created by our eyes, which is created by the light that our pineal gland
Yeah,
gets to see, right?
yeah.
And when our pineal gland is clear and not calcified, that's when we see beyond the eyes. I've closed my eyes and have still seen the room.
That's amazing.
Right.
That's amazing,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So you are so right. The light through our eyes, they go through our hypothalamus and
Right.
then connect to the pineal gland, and also what's the other? I blank.
It's okay. It's okay.
Yeah. So go through this highway called SCN, super chiasmatic nucleus. I hate these names. But it's the highway. So that's how our eye and brain
Communicate.
connect.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. So it's all about the light. And the other part of the light is through our skin, right? Our skin is a solar panel. We're basically is a creature that absorbing light and emitting light. It's a dance of absorbing and emitting light.
We are so connected to the energy of this planet. One of the things that I do sometimes when people are meditating with me, when you breathe in, what is air? It is life force energy. It's life force. You can't live without it.
Yeah.
Right? What do you exhale? You exhale what the plants need. Right?
Very
And so, and I call that a compassion because it's love for Mother Nature.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And so we inhale and we exhale together with Mother Nature.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? And it's
So,
like
you know,
the breathing is not just here, it's here.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah. It's everything, right? So the energy, so we say, even Einstein said everything's energy, right? It is. It is so true. But energy takes different forms. You know, there's a part of the energy that's invisible, very subtle in the realm of the invisible. There's also energy that's dense, that becomes matter and forms, which we see in this 3D world.
So I wrote a book about the Kabbalah, and it's called Journey to Enlightenment. And all the Kabbalah is the story of energy becoming denser and denser.
Yeah.
Because, and that's all the Bible is. First, there was light, right? And then what happens, right? If you follow the tree of life, it's the story of energy getting denser.
Yeah. Yeah. That's how we see this form, right? If, you know, let's introduce Einstein's equation, E equals mc squared, right? E is energy, m is matter, and c squared is the speed of light, right? So depends on how fast it travels. You know, if you do this,
you can't see it that much, right?
You can't see it. Just think about if it travels at speed of light, 300 kilometers per second, and you can't see any form because it is so, you know, freeing and becomes invisible, right?
So that gets us to another conversation, which we don't have time for. And that is our eyes can only see 2% of what really is going on.
Oh, I think it's, yes, 1% even.
Right.
Because you think about the atom,
right.
That tiny little nucleus is what we see, that has a form. But outside the energy is massive. Everything has an energy and energy around it, even the Mother Earth, right? Made up of atoms.
Yes,
So,
everything.
Yeah. So you think the Earth is big, but its electromagnetic field around it, I don't know how many kilometers, you know, it's way more bigger than we can actually comprehend. So actually, you remember something, nothing is actually touching. I don't know why I'm saying this. Because everything is surrounded by this invisible field. Even you touch this.
We're mostly space.
Yeah, we're mostly space, 99% of space. Even when you drill down to your body, drill down to the cells, to the atom, and you go into the nucleus,
there's still space.
Protons and neutrons is still 99% of space.
Right.
Yeah.
It's a fractal.
It is a oh my gosh, I love that word. It is a fractal, right? I'm not sure if you are familiar with Dr. Jill Bolte Taylor. She wrote a book called Whole Brain Living. So it's very interesting, like how I said, you know, I have to break my heart to come back to, you know, heart with the power. And that's my journey. For her, she is a brain autonomist. So she studied how brain works. So the universe gave her a stroke. So she lost her left brain. That's how she really learned how brain works. It's just incredible. So So she lost her brain, so she understands the power of the brain. So when she lost her left brain, she couldn't see any form anymore. Everything's gone. She become this massive energy that she is like, man, as big as the universe. Because she only operating on the right brain. The right brain is the universal brain, and the left brain is logical, like with the five senses. So what happens is a small group of cells in your brain that give you the five senses. If you lose that tiny little group of the cells, you won't see anything. You won't listen, hear anything. You won't smell. So all of this 3D world is gone. Isn't that interesting?
Well,
What this whole world is basically constructed by a few brain cells.
no, that's what we see. It's all an illusion. That's the
Yeah.
thing. And you are
Yeah.
discovering scientifically how much of it
Yeah.
is an
Yeah.
illusion, right?
Yeah.
So I know someone who is experiencing massive Alzheimer's, and she will say, I'm nothing but air,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
that's all she can see now,
Yeah.
right? Right. Because
Yeah.
that's what
The energy.
she's lost that part of her brain that can see solid.
Oh, wow. So the
Yes.
left brain.
It's
Oh my
starting
gosh,
to,
this
yeah,
is your friend?
it's a relative. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. I think that book, Dr. Jubal Taylor's work, will resonate with her so much.
Well, we'll see. We'll see
Yeah.
if she's even able to read it at this point.
Oh,
So,
she can actually listen.
oh,
She did a YouTube video. It's fascinating. It's called A Stroke of Insight.
I will look for it.
Yeah.
So, what
Um,
do you do with clients? Let's talk about that.
is it our builders outside in the next door? Is it too noisy? I'll
Nope,
close the
I
window.
don't hear a thing, honey.
Oh, okay, cool. What I do. So what I discovered is, I've been doing all of this power of the mind and the coherence of heart coherence for a long time. But one day everything just changed in my mind. I'm just thinking, I came to Earth to experience life, but look at me now. I'm in this quiet room, door locked, just trying to go back to the quantum field. And suddenly it doesn't seems to be logical anymore to me. I'm thinking, what? This is a stress, it's a self, because I came here to Mother Earth to experience life, and now I have this life, but I want to go back to where I came from, to the quantum field, right? Doesn't feel right. So, and then I said, I don't want to sit here. I want to play with my children. I want to, just explore nature and see what the universe have given to me, this magical gift I call home on Earth. So that's the moment to make me think, okay, is it possible to feel the connection of quantum field without closing my eyes, without doing the meditation, but in my day-to-day life? That was a year ago. And since then, I haven't done any meditation because I really connected to Mother Nature. Like I feel like I'm one with Mother Nature. I felt every time when I'm outside in the embrace of Mother Nature, I feel like I am that quantum field. I'm no longer visiting that quantum field. I'm living in it every single day. So that was a very profound moment of thinking, oh my gosh, heaven on earth is true.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm teaching. Embrace Mother Nature, really go back to our basics, go back to the power that created us in this physical world, and experience heaven on earth, experience the power of the mind, experience the heart coherence without really trying, spending 2 or 3 hours of meditation. And that's fleeting. Sometimes I feel like you're trying hard. The more you try, the more you don't get it.
Well, I have to tell you, I have an acquaintance who's no longer a friend who keeps trying to get there wherever there is, right? And it's like all of the tools in the world are not going to get you there because you're trying to get there,
Mm,
right?
yeah.
It's like just give in, just stop,
Surrender.
surrender. My favorite word,
Yeah.
surrender,
Yeah.
right?
I love that word.
Yep.
Yeah.
Surrender.
So when you were trying, you actually operating from here. You're not purely from here, the heart. Um, that's why those miracle moments, the out of body experiences, they are very unexpected. If you ask any one of them, they never want to have that experience. They were going there for something else, but that happened without any expectation because they went beyond the body, beyond the mind. They
Right.
become that pure energy, right?
Right.
So the more you want to try, the more resistant there is.
You push it
Because
away. Power versus force again.
yeah, power versus first. Yeah, I love that.
It's simple. It's
Yeah,
simple.
it is. Yeah.
Oh my God.
So
So
life is meant to be free flowing.
it is free flowing. So,
Yeah,
one of the things that I do is I do still work with leaders
yeah,
but I work on flow in leadership,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So it's teaching leaders how to use certain processes
Mm,
to let go and
yeah,
trust.
yeah.
Because when you do that, at least my experience, because I've been a leader in corporate, when I've trusted my staff and I gave them space to play,
Mm,
not to work,
mm,
to
yeah,
play. And
yeah,
in that play, they came up with amazing creative ideas.
yeah.
I
Absolutely.
didn't, they did.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
created the space, right?
That's amazing. That's
Right.
amazing. Yeah, that's the state we all want to be.
That's what
Feeling.
we're supposed to do. We are
Yeah,
supposed to create, but we can't make it happen.
we can't.
We
We
have to
can't.
allow it to come to us,
we,
and then we
we
can create,
yeah,
right?
let it flow, right? It's just, how we get it flow is open your heart
Mm-hmm.
because we are illusion. Remember, you were saying this is nothing. When you open this heart, you are a free gate. Everything flows in and through. Um, but modern life, I guess so many things can cause us to close the heart. So
I've done
actually
it.
you put up the wall in
Yeah.
front of you so the great things can't actually come reach you. You feel like that's why I feel like it's very counterintuitive. You feel like you're protecting yourself by putting up a wall, but you are actually you're blocking all of this great things to come to you.
Yeah.
It's counterintuitive, right?
It is it really is. When
Yeah.
people talk about protection, I had a really good conversation with a past client of mine the other day, and we talked about protection, and both of us like, if I don't give you permission, then I don't have to create protection.
Love that. There is no need to protect.
Right? You just nothing is going to impact me unless I give it permission to,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
right? So it's that simple. So how can people get in touch with you, Alison, so they can find out
Oh,
more?
yeah, I'm actually at the moment not doing any programs. I put on hold because I just love the teaching this is through my YouTube channel. I have my YouTube channel um, running for 5 months now. I this morning I checked, I have 999 subscribers.
That's
Gonna
an amazing
who's gonna
number.
I know who's gonna be my lucky 1000. So that's where um I'm active the most. because I don't want to wait to teach a few group people. I want to actually just give out this information for free. Whoever that resonates is going to find it and at their fingertips. It's been absolutely amazing journey. So
And so
Alison
the name of
Davis-
that is
Alison Davis Glows.
okay.
Yeah, so you can find it in there. So it covers 3 major areas: spirituality, and also laws of nature, that's quantum physics, and also gardening. One of my love is gardening. It's not just about growing food. It's just really a way of connecting with nature and learn from her wisdom. And I think that's the best school that you can ever find.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
creating and planting.
Alison, I love you. We could go on for sure. I have a zillion questions, but both of us have something to do. So, guys, thank you so much for listening to the Empowering Process podcast. If this resonated with you, give us a thumbs up. If you know someone who could learn from this, share it with them. And as always, 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 be sure to subscribe so you know when the next episode is available. And all of the information for Alison will be in the notes. Bye-bye, Alison.
Thank you so much. Love you so very much.
This is
Mwah.
awesome.
Thank you for listening to the Empowering Process podcast. Be sure to visit Gail at gailcraft.com to learn more about how she serves thought leaders, entrepreneurs, and goal seekers. And remember, if you like this broadcast, be sure to share and subscribe so you don't miss an episode.